Tune into the Custody Lawyer Podcast with your host, nationally acclaimed divorce and custody attorney, Janet McCullar. You will certainly glean from Janet's 26 years of experience as the custody lawyer, with every show revealing hard facts on visitation, alienation, child support, and how to best help your kids as they transition into a new normal. Listen and find out how "We have a passion for families in crisis" has become our moniker. You'll want to share the Custody Lawyer Podcast with anyone you know going through this difficult journey.
Welcome back to the Custody Lawyer Podcast. I'm here with the custody lawyer, Janet McCullar.
Hello, Michael.
How are you? Thanks for joining me on your podcast.
Thank you. Yes.
And you've been helping families all over America, specifically in Texas.
Right.
For how many years now?
26 years.
It's got to make you feel great when you do what you do for families and children. What's the most rewarding part about your job?
I think the most rewarding part is initially when people come in to see me, seeing their shoulders drop, some of that fear dissolve. I think that I like that part the best. I mean, as you go through, it's always gratifying to get somebody a good result, but I think initially when people come and see a lawyer, many of them are coming for the first time. Never met a lawyer before.
They don't know what to expect, right?
Absolutely. And I want to provide them with a sense of relief and help set their expectations. I think that's one of my most important jobs as an advocate.
You're a mom.
I am.
You've been through divorce.
I have been.
How big of a problem is parental alienation? Do you see that a lot?
Parental alienation is one of the biggest problems that we're seeing in custody cases these days. Parents who have an inability to encourage and accept a positive relationship between their child and the other parent. And they do things to, maybe they're upset with their spouse. You know, their spouse has had an affair and they're angry, and so they want to punish, and they unwittingly start using their children as chess players, and estrangement begins, and that can lead to alienation. I
mean, there's laws against that, right, I guess?
You know, there's no law against don't alienate your child, but what a court looks at is what's in the best interest of a child, and is that parent focusing on the interests of the child or on their own interest. And so when I see that happening, particularly in parental alienation, that's a parent who's more consumed about their own needs, and those are coming above the needs of their children. They can't place their own child's needs first because of the emotional turmoil that's surrounding the breakup of a relationship.
There's a lot of pain and emotions that everybody's dealing with, right?
Absolutely.
But keeping the children emotionally healthy is so important. Well, I mean, what do you do with parents? What do you tell them in this situation?
Well, I help them come up with strategies for discussing things with their children, what they can do to protect their children from the litigation, to try and keep their children protected from it. So it would be things like, you know, don't talk to your children about litigation, or if your children ask questions, because kids know things are going on, to say, you know, mom and dad are trying to work some things out right now, and everything's going to be taken care of and you don't have to worry about it. But to briefly address their question, turn it, you know, then turn them away to something. Why don't we go outside for a walk, or hey, let's read a book now, something like that, to get the children away from it. Because children pick up so much about what's happening between their parents, and some parents can't help it. They want to talk to their children like they're a friend,
right?
And your child isn't your friend, and they need to be sheltered from what's happening and reassured that things are going to be okay, and that it's not their fault, that they haven't done anything that's caused the breakup of the parents. That's so huge. That's so huge.
How long does a custody case normally take?
Boy, a lot of people don't like the answer that I give on this, but it takes about a year. And the reason it takes so long is, you know, you've got a preliminary stage, especially if there's a divorce involved, and you're initially separating, and so we need to see how the family's going to adjust, because the things that we put in place while a divorce is pending may not be what's best for the family. So we want to give it some time to see how things work. because it's a lot easier to change things during that process than it is post-process.
Oh, wow.
Where there can be higher burdens of proof and things like that make it difficult to come back and change things. So I like to give things a good amount of time, and so that's the one thing, boy, my clients, when they hear a year, it's hard to conceive of. Certainly some happen more quickly. I've had some that have dragged on much longer than that, but about a year.
How do people find you?
Most people find me from a referral from another attorney that they may know, or from someone who has worked with me before. Some people find me through looking up on the internet and searching through. But primarily I would say most people come to me, they know a lawyer somehow or another, and I've gotten a referral through a colleague.
Outstanding. You're based out of Austin, Texas, and your book is going global and has gone global. So congratulations on the book. Pick it up today. You're going to love The Custody Lawyer. It's going to answer a lot of these questions. It's going to help put you at ease, and you can get a hold of her directly through the contact information in the book. Thank you so much.
Tune into the Custody Lawyer Podcast with your host, nationally acclaimed divorce and custody attorney, Janet McCullar. You will certainly glean from Janet's 26 years of experience as the custody lawyer, with every show revealing hard facts on visitation, alienation, child support, and how to best help your kids as they transition into a new normal. Listen and find out how "We have a passion for families in crisis" has become our moniker. You'll want to share the Custody Lawyer Podcast with anyone you know going through this difficult journey.